while I do appreciate your heartfelt remarks and observations overseas of women suffering from deplorable conditions, I am deeply grieved by your response to Congressman Smith's question. Your remarks last month when you called Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, a person whom you enormously admire, were stunning to me. Margaret Sanger clearly embraced bigotry and racism. She advocated for the elimination of the disabled, the downtrodden, and the black child. In one of her writings, she said, "Today, eugenics is suggested by the most diverse minds as the most adequate and thorough avenue to the solution of racial, political, and social problems." I don't believe these ideologies have a place in our pluralistic society. And you went on to say that you will use American foreign policy in your position to further reproductive rights, which includes abortion across the globe. Madam Secretary, I don't believe we should use American foreign policy to export abortion. This will undermine, in my view, our foreign relations in many areas throughout the world, including Latin America and Africa, and among Muslim peoples. Promoting the international abortion industry is an imposition of our own woundedness upon others. Abortion has caused tremendous grief in this society, and its export, I believe, will be seen as a form of neocolonialism that is paternalistic and elitist and an assault on the dignity, especially the poor and vulnerable. I believe women deserve better. Women throughout the world deserve better. Madam Secretary, I just urge you to consider another way, one that upholds the genius of womanhood and the life nestled within her. And no matter how difficult the circumstances, I just believe we should be big enough and bold enough to celebrate the beautiful gift of life. Then we will truly make a change in the world for the greater good. And I'm convinced that we would create an extraordinary amount of goodwill with this perspective versus forcing U.S. taxpayers to fund abortion overseas. Finally, I ask that you turn to a true heroine of international development and full human empowerment, Mother Teresa, who I believe you had a chance to meet with. She fought abortion by adoption, by care of the mother, and adoption for her baby. And she also said, "Come, we will take care of you. We will get a home for your child," to those in need. She added that any country that accepts abortion is not teaching its people to love, but to use violence to get what they want. This is why the greatest destroyer of love and peace is abortion. And again, Madam Secretary, I urge you to please consider a kinder way forward, one that truly cares for the woman and her child and does not consider abortion as an integral component of U.S. diplomatic and international development initiatives. I live with 6 women. Well, let me clarify that. I have a wife. I have a wife and 5 daughters. And part of trying to raise them well and empower them to be successful, I believe, is enculturating them with the noble ideal that all persons have inherent dignity and therefore rights. So I have to ask you, is forcing U.S. taxpayers to fund abortion in keeping with the highest values of the United States of America?
Well, Congressman,